Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? I hope you are having a sensational new year 2026. What's going on? I'm excited to talk about, number one, the comics that are coming out in 2026, man. And if you are too, you've come to the right place. Here we're going to be talking about the top 5 Omnibus I am looking forward to, and there's a lot of great ones, man. Now, before we get into this, I want to talk about something that's particularly frustrating for me. The latest batch of Marvel Omnibus announcements. You know what I'm saying, man? They've been flustering me a little bit. I've been upset. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not an X-Men fan. I'm not a Star Wars fan. We're getting a lot of love for those two series. I'm not seeing enough love for Big Spider-Man here. We got Zeb Wells Omnibus Volume 1 and 2. Why do either of those exist? Spider-Man hasn't been good in like 3 years, 5 years. Jesus Christ. If I have to see Paul in the Omnibus announcements one more fucking time. Gripes of the current state of Marvel Omnibus announcement out of the way, because they've been truly releasing some bullshit. Like, ooh, I'm not even done yet, bro. Now, hold on. Why are we getting, like, Marvel fanfare? Why are we getting Spider-Man by Chip Zdarsky reprinted in some random-ass X-Men book? Like, what? No, 2 reprints. I need... Man... It's near my condition. Great channel. Love him, man. He's announced so many reprints. I know he doesn't decide the reprints. He's a great guy. It's not his fault. But are you kidding me that we get 2 reprints the entire year? Or maybe not. Maybe we'll get some more. But they're slowing down on the reprints, Marvel is. And we get fucking Spider-Man by Chip Zdarsky. Which, you know, fine, but that just came out, right? It just released. We don't need it back already. Like, if you didn't get it, you're okay. You can wait a little bit, just like I've waited for fucking Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2. We got 1, we got 3, 4, 5, 6. Are we kidding me? This is disbelief you're reading on my face right now. But anyways, all right. We can look back on the year another time. You know, that can be a whole nother video. What the fuck is Marvel Comics doing with their reprints and with, you know, their new omnibus releases? Because, like, 80% of them don't make sense. I won't be buying a single new omnibus from this recent string of announcements. I don't care. But let's just get started, man, because I'm going to get out of control again. Number 5 for my most anticipated omnibus coming out in 2026 is going to be Amazing Spider-Man Volume 7. Now, is there anything super exciting going on in the new volume of Amazing Spider-Man? Fuck no. It's Denny O'Neil's run, which is probably regarded as one of the worst runs on Spider-Man. It's got good issues. Like, it's got the Hydro Man issue. It's got the Dr. Octopus Punisher Poison Ink issue. That one's really good. But overall, it's not great. There's, like, a lot of stuff I'll probably never reread. But I love Spider-Man. I loved it since I was a kid. He means so much to me. Him and his stories and his characters. And of course I'm excited and recommending the continuation of the numbered Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus line. Because I want all the Spider-Man, like, leading up through the marriage, up through the 90s on my shelf in numbered format. And I think they can do it. I think they need to go faster. Even if they are purposely making, I think, Volume 6 and Volume 7 a bit smaller, just so they can line up with the omnibus they've already released, which, even if I'll hate, I'll call it a bad run. I love every bit of Spider-Man content that we get, every bit that adds to the mythos, adds to the characters. Peter Parker continues to grow and evolve as a person, which reflects, like, my own, you know, journey through life, and that's something I will always love to see. Now, moving on, number 4 on my top 5 most anticipated omnis of 2026, I have Daredevil by John Romita and Innocenti of Volume 2. Because I have Volume 1 right up here on my shelf, and you can see that sick Daredevil silhouette. This is a banger, right? This is just such a great run. A lot of people will disagree with that. I mean, it is very popular, but there's still a lot of people that you're going to find that disagree with that, because Innocenti focused on politics. She focused on, you know, the political issues that she saw in the newspaper headlines. She sees something in the headlines or on the streets of New York, and she read an issue about it somehow. She find a way to make it interesting, make it related to Daredevil's character, and make it amazing. Like, there's a lot of great political commentary going on. And what I really love about it is it reflects what New York was like at the time. It's kind of a time capsule of that great period of comics. So, love her run. I always have. It's not my favorite Daredevil run because I like it more when it goes into the crime noir section, but for what it does for the character, it's really astounding, and it's a lot of fun, those issues in the 80s when, Frank Miller had just done it, and Anicenti decided, you know what, we're going to establish a tradition of Daredevil of giving the creators just a chance to do whatever they want with this amazing character in Matt Murdock and take him in new directions, because every character needs to bend and be broken a little bit over the years if they're to last. That's how these heroes last. That's how they become symbols. That's how they become great. Now, moving on to the next omnibus on my list. Man, let me talk to you nicely, bro. John Constantine, Hellblazer, by Paul Jenkins. That's right, this isn't just Marvel Omnis, even if I do get a lot more Marvel Omnis than I do DC Omnis on my shelf back here. Hellblazer is a sensational series, and Paul Jenkins wrote my favorite run on Spider-Man. Some of those issues, not even some of those issues, I can tell you the exact number, shit, but they mean so much to me. Those are issues from his Spider-Man, his spectacular Spider-Man run, that have saved me, man. I'll go back and I'll read those whenever I feel down. I'm like, I can't be down right now because Spider-Man's in that graveyard, drenched in mud, laughing somewhere. Paul Jenkins is such a great writer, and I love Constantine. I love to see what these different creators, like Garth Ennis, like Jamie Delano, like all of them, what they bring to the table. And I'm so glad we're basically continuing Hellblazer in pretty much a numbered format, because the series was already so creator-centric that just adapting it in, creator-focused omnis is going to get us through the entire thing. And that's so exciting, because you do see John Constantine grow and change. You see the character bend, like I was just talking about, like Daredevil. You get to see so much growth and so much characterization, because Constantine, man, I don't have to tell you about Constantine, but Constantine, great character, one of the best characters in comics, up there with Daredevil, up there with Peter Parker, up there with, some of the greats. So I love to see that, and I'll absolutely be reading the hell out of that when that releases. And the artwork is also by Sean Phillips. Great artist, man. He makes everything feel real. He makes humans' emotions feel dangerous and volatile. The mood that he strikes, I'm so ready for that, because I've actually never read it. This is the only one on the list that I've actually never read, and I'm so excited for that one. Expect a review for that whenever that comes out, and whenever I get around to reading it, man. Actually, respect the review for all of Hellblazer at one point, because I love that series, even if I haven't read the whole thing. I've read Garth Ennis, and I've read some of Jamie Delano, but I have those omnis on the shelf, and I'm looking forward to it. You can't keep me away, is all I'm going to say. Now, moving on to the number 2 spot on the list, we have Shade the Changing Man Omnibus Volume 2. And now, what can be said about this series that hasn't already been said? Shade the Changing Man is peak Vertigo era DC Comics. It's a beautiful, wild commentary on America and all the goings on of, the time period, or at least like early 90s, late 80s, what I'm saying? That sort of time period. And it's done beautifully. The artwork by Chris Bocciolo is just incredible, and it pops off the page. It makes it feel like a fever dream. You're getting vertigo reading this damn series, I swear to God. It is wild, it is insane. If you like crazy stories, you'll love Shade the Changing Man, because that's all it is. It is just insane. It's off the wall. It's ridiculous. It's incredible. It's a love story. It's action. It's insanity. It is magic. Please, just if you love yourself, give Shade the Changing Man a chance, and you'll experience something new. You'll experience something different. You'll experience something something beautiful, man, will really come to this, or at least that's what I'm expecting from the end of this Omnibus series when that comes out later this year. I can't wait, man, to see what happens to Shade the Changing Man and this entire cast of characters and where the story ultimately ends up, because I don't know. And this is another one I've been purposefully keeping myself in the dark of. I've read pretty much all of the first Omnibus, but God, I can't wait for this conclusion, because Volume 2 will be the conclusion of Peter Milligan's masterpiece. Of course, if you couldn't tell, I'm recommending that. Now, the question you all been wondering about. What is Idea Like Clockwork's number 1 pick for the top omnibus that he's most excited for 2026? Well, I'll let you in on a secret. It's not a surprise. You know how much I love Spider-Man. Guess what is coming out in 2026? It is a sequel to the amazing Web of Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1. And now, I've seen a disgusting lack of hype for this, because Jerry Conway's run on Spider-Man, it ran in both Spectacular Spider-Man and Web of Spider-Man, alternating between the two titles. It's beautiful. It is so much fun. It is juggling a ton of plot lines. It's juggling a huge arc with Robbie Robertson and Tombstone, which is probably the best, use of a side character in their story that I've ever seen, and maybe fiction, honestly. It is incredible. And it only gets better as it goes on. You have this insane plot where the Chameleon captures J. Jonah Jameson. Robbie Robertson is fighting Tombstone in jail, crash landing into a field and having this incredible brawl. You have Spider-Man getting the cosmic powers during this time and learning what it means to grapple responsibility and grappling with the question of, if you have great power, there comes great responsibility, but when you have too much power, how do you deal with too much responsibility? It's a great question to ask, great use of the character, great voice for MJ, great voice for Peter, definitive stuff. It's just an incredible run that has never been collected before. I'm talking here about Web of Spider-Man with artist Alex Saviuk and Spectacular Spider-Man with artist Sal Buscema, who, with the great J.M. DeMatteis, also did an amazing series, which I reviewed in this channel, and glowing praise for Mr. Buscema and Mr. DeMatteis' great Spider-Man omnibus that released earlier. Well, I guess it's last year now, isn't it? But Web of Spider-Man Volume 2 is gonna be a banger. You have villains like the Hobgoblin, the Kingpin, the Lobo Brothers. There's a whole plot line with the Lobo Brothers, which are these two mutant wolf-like mobsters going up against Hammerhead, who has teamed up with Chameleon, who has captured J. Jonah Jameson, who is trying to, go up against the Kingpin, who is being targeted by Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is basically being targeted by everyone. Fucking Tombstone's in the middle of all of this. It is just a crazy plot line that builds and builds and builds throughout these issues. In that gang war story, you have like I said, the cosmic stuff, which is Acts of Vengeance, which in Marvel Comics in the 1980s was this great event where supervillains switched up the superheroes they fought because they thought that would give them an advantage. So, for example, Dr. Doom would go after Spider-Man, where, Magneto might go after Iron Man, which, oh god, that'd be a terrible matchup, but you see the point there. That's what makes it fun, because it's like, oh my god, this sounds like a bad idea, but it's amazing. It is spectacular stuff. I really just love his run, man. I am disappointed that they went the route of Web of Spider-Man Volume 2 as opposed to Spider-Man by Jerry Conway covering Spectacular and Web, because that would be the ideal mapping there. That didn't quite happen that way, which, damn, it does suck, but I'm so glad we're getting it at all, right? That's pretty incredible, and we're getting it so soon after Volume 1 of Web of Spider-Man came out. It is just a banger set of comics. I mean, if you don't have the sensibilities of that time, then that's one thing. But for me, as a kid, rooting through the back issues of my local comic shop, I would always know, oh yeah, Jerry Conway's run on Web and Spectacular Spider-Man, same guy writing both of them. I have to just get whatever comics from this era I can. He wrote a lot of comics for this era. But I just knew, even as like a 8-year-old kid, I was like, oh yeah, the Gang War stuff, the Hobgoblin stuff, the Tombstone stuff. That's all bangers, man. Give me Web of Spider-Man. Now, Marvel, this is a message to you. Please get your act together when it comes to collecting these stories. You know, there's tons of people out there who would love to have access to stories like Jerry Conway's Spider-Man, stories like, you know, No Senty Daredevil, like, well, I'm not even taking a shot at DC, like ASM Volume 2, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But it's not happening because of no reprints, because of we're not keeping books in stock long enough. There's a lot of problems going on with Marvel and the way they do things, if I may say so. Is it bad that the top 5 Omnis of 2026 are also the only Omnis that I'm planning in 2026 so far, unless things shape up? Yeah, I mean, that's not ideal, but it is what it is, man. I'm sure we'll get some more great series announced very, very soon, and I will be there to cover it if it makes me happy. But until that time, I'm going to be signing off. I hope you guys have a great 2026. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you're excited for any of these comics that I talked about, be sure to let me know, man, because as you can tell, I can't wait. This is Mr. Ideas Like Clockwork, signing off.